First question. The volume of a cone is 800 pi centimeters cubed. If the height of the cone is 25, find the length of the radius. Very easy. You just go to the volume of a cone in your tables. You find out it's a third pi r squared h. You know that this is equal to 800 pi. On both sides, the pi's will cancel. The height is 24, so we're going to get a third times r squared times 24 equals 800. Now a third times 24 is 8. 8 r squared equals 800. Divide 800 by 8. R squared equals 100. R therefore is the square root of 100, which is 10 centimeters. Any questions? Yes, sir. Now, next one. A cone is attached to a hemisphere of radius 4 centimeters as shown. If the total height of the object is 10, find the height of the cone. It's 10 centimeters high, but 4 of those centimeters go to the height of the hemisphere. This means the remaining 6 belong to the cone. Let's find the height of the cone. It's 6 centimeters. Done. Find the volume of the object in centimeters cubed. Correct the one decimal place. Let's find the volume of the cone part. The volume of the cone part is a third pi r squared h. It's going to be a third pi multiplied by 4 squared multiplied by 10. And what we get here is the following. We're going to get 160 pi over 3. Will somebody change that into decimals for me? Okay, so that is 167.55. Don't round it off to one decimal place just yet. Leave that to the very end. Gives you a more accurate answer. Volume of a hemisphere is half the volume of a normal sphere. And a normal sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. R is 4, so it's going to be a half brackets 4 over 3 times pi times 4 cubed. Put all of that into the calculator, all in one go. And what do we get? Okay, so it's going to be 134.04. We're now going to add the volume of the hemisphere to the volume of the cone, and we'll see what we get. So when we add them together, what do we get there, Jack? $301.59, and as you see, that'll go to 301.6 centimeters cubed. Who got that one out? Quick mistake made here was the volume of a cone. It's not by 10, it was actually by 6. The height of the cone was 6. So we just got to adjust this now. The height of the cone is actually 6. So what does this change into, guys? Once again in the calculator.
32 pi, I think 32 pi.
32 pi. What's 32 pi in decimals? 100.53. Okay, and 100.53 instead of 160. When you add them together, 100.53. Add them together, and what do we get?
234.6.
234.6 when it's rounded off. So that is the answer. 234.6. Well done, Mr. Farrell. Shout out to my man Farrell for getting that one done properly. Okay, now next one. Okay, and the volumes of the given sphere and cone are equal. The dimensions of the cone are given. Find the length of the radius of the sphere. Okay, cone equals sphere. Okay, so what we get for the cone is volume of cone is a third. Okay. Okay, it's a third pi r squared h. And what we get here is a third pi multiplied by r squared. R squared is going to be 3 squared, and the height is 12. Can anybody tell me what that is in the calculator? Okay, 36 pi, which is going to be 113.1. Everybody happy with that? 113.1 centimeters cubed. Now, next one is the volume of the sphere. Now, what we know about the volume of the sphere is the volume of the sphere equals the volume of the cone. So a third, 4/3 pi r cubed must equal 113.1 centimeters cubed. Now, that 113 centimeters cubed is actually 36 pi, wasn't it? Yeah? So we'll change it back to 36 pi. Why would I change it back to 36 pi? So I can work out the radius, but more importantly, I can just cross off the pi's, can't I? So 113.1 is 36 pi. So cross them out. Now we're going to be left with 4/3 r cubed equals 36. Multiply it by 3. Actually, wait, there's an easier way of doing this. See the way it's multiplied by 4/3 on the left, yeah? That means it's going to be divide by 4/3 on the right. So what's 36 divided by 4/3? 27. Now, this thing here, the 3, how do we get rid of that? It means what number multiplied by itself 3 times gives you 27. We now know r is equal to 3 centimeters. Yes, Brian. Okay. Right. Express in terms of pi the volume of a cylinder, height 12 and radius 4. Okay, volume of cylinder is pi r squared h. Pi multiplied by 4 squared multiplied by 12. It's going to be 16 by 18, or sorry, 16 by 12. 192 pi. Now, the cone of base radius 4 and height h has the same volume. Calculate the value of h. So the volume of the cone is equal to a third pi r squared h, and that also equals 192 pi. So what we're going to do is we're going to cancel them both out, and we're going to bring over 3. What's the height of the sorry, the radius is 4, isn't it? So we won't actually bring it up yet. We'll actually what we'll do is we'll input the values first, and then we'll bring them up and down. So we're going to get a third. What you said the radius was again? 4 or 3? 4. A third 4 squared h is equal to 192. 4 squared is? Guys, 4 squared is 16. 16/3. H equals 192. We're going to multiply by 3 and divide by 16. Or basically, it means multiply by 16/3 on one side, which means it's going to be divide by 16/3 on the other side. So what's h divided by 192 divided by 16 multiplied by 3? Sorry? 36? Okay. Yeah. Now guys, there's another way of thinking about this, alright? Just want to show you the other way I'd probably do it myself. Okay? If I have something like this, I bring the 3 up on top and the 16 underneath. So I would have had 192 multiplied by 3, divide everything by 16. As it turns out, that's the same thing, isn't it? 36. Because remember, when you divide by a fraction, what you're actually doing is you're going to turn the fraction upside down and multiply it. That's how you divide by fractions. So in effect, you're multiplying by 3 and dividing by 16. That's what it actually does, okay? Without the use of the calculator.